All right, so as we've talked about, we're going to go a little bit more into history with sports medicine. We've kind of done who the players are last week, but we'll talk a little bit more now with that. And this is more along the lines of athletic training and where athletic training has come from and where we're going and things like that. So, all right, there have been quote unquote trainers, although if you talk to an athletic trainer, we don't like that term. Trainer is a broad, it's a umbrella term because you can have a horse trainer, you can have a boxing trainer, you can have a job trainer, all of those different types of trainers. So we want to be a little bit more specific with what kind of trainer we're talking about. But way back in the day when we're talking Greek and Roman times, yep, exactly, then we're talking about more probably a personal trainer type thing, where they're doing probably a lot of stuff that an athletic trainer is doing, but of course athletic training wasn't necessarily organized back then and things like that. So we saw people way back then, and we have evidence of people way back then who were helping the gladiators at the time and the other Olympic athletes at the time either heal their wounds or try to give them different supplements in order to help them not feel the pain as much or perform better or things like that. Okay, we'll talk about more of those supplements later on in the course. But we saw and we have evidence of people who did that even way back then. So even though sport right now is an athletic ability and everything is really huge right now, we even saw it wasn't as big back then, but it was pretty big. Maybe so we talked about this before. Sports medicine is an umbrella term, and you can divide that umbrella into two areas: the human performance area and then also the injury management area. So when we talk about performance side, that's when we're talking about your coach, an exercise physiologist or exercise physiology. So exercise physiology is looking at the cells. Okay, when I do exercise at the cellular level, what's going on? Okay, and then how can I branch that out and what organs are working doing this and doing that, and so it's really looking inside the body with exercise. Biomechanics, we are looking at technique. Yep, good. So we're looking more, at a technique side. So how can I, when I'm running, how can I better change my technique to become a more efficient runner? Or how do I need to position myself to ride a bike faster? How do I, do those different things? Okay, so that's where a biomechanist comes in and what they talk about. Yeah, I like biomechanics are very good at what they do and very important at what they do. Because they can definitely, biomechanics can definitely help along the lines of preventing injury, not only making you faster and better and stronger, but also preventing injuries along the way too. So sports psychology, so obviously, that's the mental game. And we're going to hit, to a certain degree, a lot of these different areas, okay? Yep. A sports nutrition is another one, sports massage. So those are all on the human performance side. So these are all, making you better, all ways to make you better. On the injury management side, Then we're talking about our doctors, our nurses. So no problem, Walter. Our physical therapy and the athletic training that goes along with it. So it's dealing with, once an injury happens, how do we deal with it? So that's where we kind of fall in our sports medicine umbrella term that we go in there. Okay.